Hey guys, Joe Sidoti here. Thanks for stopping by for another video. This video is going to be where I show you my top 5 favorite reverb plugins. Now these are the plugins that I typically use on every mix, and I'm going to show them to you in not necessarily an order of like importance, just kind of the 5 that I'm going to probably go to at some point, and I'll try and do my best to explain to you which one I use on what and why. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, the first reverb I'm going to show you is the Waves RVerb or Renaissance Verb. Now, this is really just kind of a solid reverb. I've been using this thing for years. When this first came out, it really stood out to me as a great sounding reverb, and you kind of can't go wrong with it. It's really easy to use, but let me point out one specific preset that I tend to use this plugin for a lot, and that's on drums. And I will go to a factory preset of Rooms, and I will go between Studio A, Studio B, and Tennessee Theater. They tend to do something, especially to the toms, those 3 presets. So I really like the RVerb for things like that, toms, snare, when my normal go-to doesn't quite cut it. This isn't my main go-to, but it is a solid reverb to have, and that's why it made the list. Okay, next up on the list is the Space Reverb. Now, this came with my subscription to Pro Tools, and you can also go in, and I don't remember, I'll try and find the link if I can, and I'll put it in the description, hopefully, on where you can download kind of these impulse responses. But there's just a lot of great impulse responses, churches and clubs and different types of spaces and chambers that I was able to add to this. And specifically, they've got an EMT 250 plate that really does sound great. So again, this isn't one of my main go-to every day, but when I'm looking for a specific sounding space, I go to the Space Reverb plugin. Okay, next up we have the CLA Epic. I've recently done a video on this where I kind of walk through if for some reason you didn't want to purchase this plugin, although it's a great price, I don't see why you wouldn't, but if you wanted to recreate this type of setup, this type of routing specifically, then I do have a video. I'll put a link here and down in the description as well to that video. But this is pretty cool. It's not only obviously just a reverb plugin, but it also has 4 different delays on top of the 4 reverbs that it offers. So this is something that I'm going to be experimenting with. I haven't used it on any project yet, but I like it so far, so much so that I want to force myself to try and use it. There's definitely some with some of the reverbs, but it's about using all 8 different sounds to create textures that otherwise would be harder. So I'm kind of looking forward to diving into getting to know the CLA Epic a little bit better. Nevertheless, it's made the list for this because I think it is a really cool plugin and a great value. Okay, next up on the list is the Illustrious Plates by Liquid Sonics. Now this comes with the Slate All Access Pass, so you don't have to actually go get it from Liquid Sonics, although I think that you can. Don't quote me on that. But these plates, you've got chrome plate, silver plate, steel, rhodium, beryllium, carbamide, whatever the heck that is, and iridium. So there's some weird metals there, right? I don't know where these were sampled from, but all I can tell you is that they all sound completely different. And if you're going for that luscious plate sound, this is probably the reverb plugin you should be trying because it is very versatile. And between the reverb time and the frequency dispersion and all of that, you can really tweak this thing and make it sound killer. So that is Illustrious Plates. And last but certainly not least is the Slate Verb Suite Classics. This is also powered by Liquid Sonics, so they've done some collaboration, I guess you could say. But I use this as absolutely my main go-to reverb. It doesn't matter if it's vocals or drums or acoustic guitar, I don't care. This is my go-to. If I can't find something that works on this, then I'll go to one of the other 4, depending on what it is. Specifically, the 480L, the Lexicon 480L presets on this are phenomenal. And it's got the Sony 2000 series. I forget what it's called. They refer to it as the FG 2000, but that's kind of the CLA snare sound that we're all used to. Matter of fact, there's even a preset CLA snare. It's got all sorts of different stuff. Now, there are a few packets that you have to download separately to be able to extend the presets that are offered with this plugin. But for the most part, this thing is amazing. It's really easy to use, and I really love that it's got this EQ. This is really easy to kind of make your EQ a little bit brighter, a little bit darker, so on and so forth. Really quickly and easily change the tonality of that wetness. I can't say enough good things about the Verb Suite Classics. It is my number 1, my number 2, and my number 3 reverb, if you want to look at it that way. Not saying that the other ones on this list aren't good. Obviously they are. That's why I put them on this list. But if you don't have the Verb Suite Classics, I think personally that you're missing out. Now, look, before you comment, well, you forgot about this and about this. You know what? There are so many reverb plugins, you can go nuts. These are the ones that I either have that I purchase or that came for free with Pro Tools or, you know, things like that. So these are what I use, and that's what this video is about, showing you what my 5 go-to reverbs are. So I hope this helped. I hope it was entertaining at the very least. Make sure that if you enjoy this video, like it, subscribe to the channel, share it with all your friends, and make sure to leave a comment. Let me know what your favorite reverbs are. I'd love to hear. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next video. If you like this video, then click that like button, I appreciate it, and subscribe to the channel and help support Sidoti Sound, and click that bell if you want to be notified when I release new videos. And of course, you can find me on all sorts of social media, so be sure to check that out. If you'd like to work with me on an upcoming project, then make sure to visit SidotiSound.com for more information. All right, guys, thanks a lot.